Hi, welcome to Cooking with Blondie. I'm Mary Kay, author of What's for Dinner. I just got home from church and wanted something easy and fast to make for my family for dinner. That's why I'm all dressed up. I don't like to change clothes, so I'm going to show you how to do this in my church clothes. Today I'm going to show you how to make a hot beef sandwich. Now this is from week 11 in my book, but if you watched on week 9 how to cook a beef roast, usually a family cannot eat an entire roast in one sitting, and so I had you put some of the meat in the freezer for another day, which is today. And so the meat that I'm using is the meat left over from the beef roast in week 9. I take whatever amount I think I'm going to need. There's 3 of us in my family, and so I put it in a little saucepan here. This is how I like to heat it so that it tastes a little bit better to me than the microwave or anything else. Now I just want to add a little bit of water to this, maybe a teaspoon or so, just enough so that it doesn't stick all over the pan. And then I want to just let that get heated up, and it makes the meat a little bit moist also, a little bit soft for this meal. So I'm going to let this cook, heat just for a minute. I also like to make real mashed potatoes, what I call real mashed potatoes from potatoes. Now, in order to do this, I usually use a medium-sized potato per person. That's about what I allow. So this is 3 potatoes in here for the 3 of us. I've boiled them. When you put them in a pan, you want maybe about this much water in them. Don't cover them because it leaks too many nutrients out of your potatoes. So about this much. Just boil them until they're nice and tender. And these are very tender. You can see how easily I can pull them apart with my fork. When they're tender, put them in whatever bowl you would like to serve them in. This is a potato masher, and I do this by hand because I like it. And it's not hard at all. It only takes maybe a minute or 2, and you just smash your potatoes. And you can smash them as much as you would like so that they are, sometimes I kind of like to leave a little bit of chunky potatoes in my mashed potatoes. But some people like them really smooth, so whatever you like is good. Now since I've cooked these potatoes in water, oh, and I salted the water also. Since I've cooked them in water, if you just mash them, they're going to be a little bit watery tasting. And so I always use evaporated milk because it's a concentrated milk. So I use this to make my potatoes creamier, and so that they won't taste watery when they are served. So I add my evaporated milk, stir it up, and again you just add as much as you want creamy potatoes. So if you want your potatoes a little bit runnier, softer, however you want to say it, then you'll want to add a little bit more milk. If you like them a little bit drier, then don't add as much milk. This looks like these are pretty good to me. They're mashed well. You can see that I don't have any too big of lumps. Now I'm going to just take a taste of this. Since my potatoes were already, I'm going to turn this down, I think that's getting a little hot. Since my potatoes were salted when I cooked them, I don't know if I'm going to need to add more salt. So I'm going to take my little fork here and just have a taste of it and see. They do need more salt. Like I said, a potato will absorb salt. Well, I guess that was another video I told you that. But a potato absorbs a lot of salt when it cooks, and so we need to add a little bit more salt. And then I'm going to take just a little chunk of butter here and put it in also. Stir it around. And your potatoes are finished and ready to eat. Alright, let me taste again just to make sure that I like the saltiness. Use a little bit more. These potatoes absorbed more than I expected. Alright, that'll do it. I'm going to set this off to the side. Now, go back to my meat. It's warmed up now. You can see it steaming. It'll be really good on these hot beef sandwiches. And it's a little bit soft from the moisture that I put in the pan. Now you just have a piece of bread on your plate, and you just put on your meat that you've just warmed up. However much you think you're going to want to eat, put on your slice of bread. Quite simple here. Okay. Then, oh, I didn't bring a spoon. I'll just use my fork to get out some potatoes with. Then I like to have a scoop of potatoes on here. About like that will probably be fine for me. And then I'm topping it with brown gravy. Now this is just a packaged mix gravy. I personally like the flavor of packaged mixes, and when you're in a hurry, this is great. You just add water and boil it and it's ready. And so I'm just going to ladle on my packaged gravy that I've already made on the stove for you, because it doesn't really need any demonstration. And put it on there. And you're ready to eat. Hot beef sandwich with mashed potatoes. I'll probably also put a vegetable on this plate before I actually serve it. Now, as I said, this is found in week 11, and that's what's for dinner.